Call this meeting to order. Please rise. Rodney, would you lead the flag salute?
In church, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by emailing a copy of the notice along with the agenda of this meeting, stating this meeting would take place on Monday, January the 4th, 2016 at 6 p.m. in the municipal building, Mays Landing, New Jersey. Mr. Mazzio is going to swear in Mr. Gushar.
Go down front.
The Bible? Joan, you have a Bible?
Yeah, we have it.
You have
Right here.
Okay.
He's got his own.
Yeah. 1940 something, right?
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. I state your name.
Rodney Bouchard,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to
and
the same
allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of Township Committee Member
all the duties of the office of Township Committee Member
of the Township of Hamilton
of the Township of Hamilton
for the term of January 1st, 2016
for the term of January 1st, 2016
through December 31st, 2018,
December 31st, 2018,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just let me say what a pleasure and honor it is to serve the township once again. The experience over the past 3 years has been a very rewarding one. One of the things about it gives me a chance to meet more people in this real world and to get a better feel for other people and some of the problems they're having. I hope to help make this a better place. I hope it's a little better over the past 3 years. Certainly the committee and myself have worked hard to do that, and we hope to continue to do that in the future. So I want to wish all of you a Happy New Year, and we're going to have a successful year together. Thank you.
Mr. Sandman will now swear in Art Shanker. Thank you, Ms. Matthew.
How you doing?
Could you put your hand on the Bible and raise your right hand? I state your name.
I, Art Shanker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all of the duties
perform all of the duties
of the office of Township Committee Member
of the office of Township Committee Member
of the Township of Hamilton
of the Township of Hamilton
for the term
for the term
January 1, 2016
January 1, 2016
through December 31, 2018,
through December 31, 2018,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome.
This is where I get the car. This is where I get the car. Wait a minute. Roger, you lied.
You're official.
I'm going to save my comments for later on. We get to speak at the end of the meeting, so I'm not going to bore you with two speeches, so I'm going to wait till later. But thank you very much for coming. It's a true honor to be able to go up here and sit with these fine people right now, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Ms. Gatto?
Here.
Mr. Gouchard?
Present.
Mr. Kurtz?
Here.
Mr. Schenker?
Here.
Yeah, you didn't even let him get in his seat yet, Joan.
Mr.
I'll
Silva?
be seated next meeting.
Take a moment for private reflection, of silence for private reflection. Okay. We'll call now for nominations for the permanent chairperson, also known as the mayor, for the year 2016.
I nominate Roger Silva for chairperson.
I make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
There's a motion to close the nominations by Amy Gatto, seconded by Mr. Kurtz. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Called now for the vote for the appointment of Roger Silva as the permanent chairperson for the year 2016. Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
And Mr. Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, committee. I'm both humbled and honored to represent you for this coming year, and I appreciate the confidence that you have shown in me. Next item on the agenda is the selection of the permanent deputy chairperson, deputy mayor for the year 2016.
I nominate Amy Gatto as deputy chairperson.
Call for a motion to close nominations.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
There's a motion to close the nominations by Mr. Schenker, seconded by Mayor Silva. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And vote on the nomination of Amy Gatto as the deputy chairperson. Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
And Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Next item on our agenda is the appointments of professionals for the year 2016 or until a successor is appointed. A solicitor.
I'd like to make a motion for Robert Sandman Esquire of the firm Hankins, Sandman, and Palladino to continue in the role.
Second.
The motion is second. Any questions or comments? Have a roll call. Mrs. Anderson, please.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes,
All yes and carried.
thank you. Next item is the engineer.
Go ahead, John. Make a motion for Steve Filippone of EDA.
I'll second that motion. Any questions or comments to the motion? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes,
All yes and carried.
thank you. Next item is Labor Council.
Make a motion for Russell Lichtenstein of Cooper Levinson.
Second?
The motion is second. Any questions or comments to the motion? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Just want to make some comments. There were several professionals where we only had one response. That was the auditor, the bond counsel, and the traffic engineer. And we voted at the prior meetings to go out to see if we could get more people to respond. So hopefully at the next meeting, we'll fill those appointments. Next item is the alternate conflict solicitor.
I'll move Randy Lafferty with the Cooper Levinson firm.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. Next item is the alternate conflict engineer.
Make a motion for, to deem RMV and Mott and Associates as qualified and use them as we need to.
I'll second that motion. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
F, municipal court prosecutor.
I'll move to appoint Michelle Verno.
Second.
The motion is second. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank
carried.
you. G, municipal court public defender.
Make a motion for Frank J. Lentz LLC to continue in the role.
Second?
The motion is second. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
H, certified property appraiser.
I vote to appoint Richard Carabella with Martin firm.
Second.
The motion is second. Any other questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
I, risk management consultant.
Make a motion for Glenn Insurance to continue in the role.
Second?
The motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. Next item is the township architect.
I'll make a motion to appoint Wayne Neville.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Can I just, 1 second, Vince, just want to thank you for coming, Assemblyman Mazzio, and swearing me in. Thank you.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. Item 4, authorize the administrator to prepare formal, fair, and open professional service contracts for appointees for 2016 or until successor is appointed, and authorize the mayor and township clerk to execute the same. That's for all the appointments we just made.
So moved.
Second?
Motion is second. Any questions or comments?
The motion is A through J.
Correct.
A through J.
Yes, Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
and Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Fine. Appointment of the township physicians for the year 2016, or until a successor is appointed, to be compensated on a services as rendered basis. It's Atlantic Care, Occupational Health Services, Shore Urgent Care, and Atlantic Investigators.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Good. Z, Zoning Board of Adjustment appointments. Township Committee appoints. A, regular members, 4-year terms each, 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2019.
Make a motion to reappoint Wayne Choice and Elaine Valentino.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz,
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
B, regular member to fill the unexpired 4-year term, George Samuelson, ending 12/31/2016.
I make the motion to appoint Wayne Kane back to the board.
I'll second it. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson.
Amy, who did you say?
Wayne Kane.
Thank you. Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz,
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
C, alternate 1. It's a 2-year term ending 12/31/2017.
Mr. Mayor, it's my understanding that Lisa Avis has some things going on that is precluding her from wanting to be reappointed at this time. So I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Joseph Leonar.
I'll second that motion. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz,
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Number 7, Planning Board appointments. A, Class 1 is the mayor or mayor's designee. It's a 1-year term, 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2016. I appoint Marla Caldwell.
Second.
Well, it's just.
You don't need it, it's just the mayor's appointment.
Okay.
But thank you. B, Class 2, Township official, 1-year term, 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2016.
This is also a mayor's.
Yep, I'll reappoint Al Warmsdorf.
How warm is the
Okay, Class 3, this is the Township Committee appoints. Township Committee member, 1-year term, 1/1/16 to 12/31/2016.
Make a motion to give John Kurtz that job back.
Thank you.
I'll second it. Motions or comments? Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz,
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Class 4 members, the mayor appoints. 4-year term, 1/1/16 to 12/31/2019. I reappoint Wayne Choice for the 4-year term. I appoint Richard Cheek for a 4-year term from 1/1/16 to 12/31/2019. And the alternate 2, it's a 2-year term, 1/1/16 to 12/31/2017, of Dave Adams. Next item, 8, the Veterans Advisory Board appointment. This is a Township Committee appointment.
Make a-
Regular members, 3-year term each, 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2018.
I'd like to nominate Lou Green.
Not sure of the motion.
Mr. Green, as I think many of you know, has had 22 years of service in the mall. His life is pretty much dedicated to Veterans Affairs. He's helped literally hundreds of people over the years, and I know he has an interest in coming back to our Veterans Advisory Board, and I think he represents the township very well. Proud to have him, particularly, and proud that we can be associated with his efforts.
Mr. Gouchard, while I echo all of your sentiments about Mr. Green, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Mukesh Roy and also appoint Jason Knock pending receipt of his application. Jason is a veteran and disabled veteran who's also the head of the Veterans Board at Stockton and has recently become very involved with things in our township.
So that was 2 nominations. Are we doing 2 at a time or 1 at a time?
Or you take one at a time.
All right, I make a
Well,
motion.
the record should be clear that the nomination of Mr. Green failed for want of a second. Now, we'll rescind Amy's
I'll
duplicate
rescind my
nomination.
double
and you'll make a
motion.
new one.
And I will make a new motion to, first of all, reappoint Mukesh Roy.
I'll second that motion. Motion or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes, Dr. McKesh has done a great job, and happy to have him back on the board.
Mr. Kurtz,
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
And for the reasons I just previously stated, I make a motion to appoint Jason Knock to the second position.
I'll second that motion. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, did Mr. Knock, I didn't see his application as part of the original package, but I assume he submitted one?
That's why I said pending receipt of his application. He expressed interest, he has it, he did not get it into the clerk on time, but I believe it's
Well,
on its way.
Mr. Green has his in, and he's had it in on time, and I think if we're going to respect our process here, we should certainly consider that.
You make a motion, Amy?
I did.
I'll second that motion. Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
I have nothing against the individual. In fact, I've heard very good things about him, but I really think it unfortunate that we're proceeding in this manner. I'll support it, because I think he's a good guy.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Number 9, Historic Preservation Commission. A, move Arlene Blosch from alternate member 1 to fill the Class C member vacancy for a 2-year term effective January 1, 2016 through December the 31st.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard.
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
B, the appointment to fill the alternate 1 unexpired 2-year term of Arlene Blosch expiring December 31st, 2017.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table until we receive more interested
Okay.
applicants.
Okay, and did you want to table the next one too?
If we can take them together, I would.
Can we, Bob?
Separately.
Separate? I'll second it. Motion, any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
You don't need a roll call.
You don't know? Fine. C, the appointment of, all those in favor?
We'll take a vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed?
And I'll make a motion to table C as well for the same reason.
I'll second it. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Emergency Management, the Director appointments, the Mayor confirms. I'll confirm as listed on the sheet.
And Chief Robeson is back there, our
Yep.
Emergency Management Coordinator. Thanks for a great job this past year.
Emergency Management Services Advisory Board, the Mayor appoints as listed. Okay, 12, the appointment of Township Representatives to Lake Lenape Denon Advisory Board, one-year term each, 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2016.
Make a motion, can we do them all at once, Bob?
Yes, you can.
For Carl Patali, Roger Silva, and Brett Knoll.
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments?
And just a comment, I expect that you'll stay on as an unofficial member.
I'm the consigliere.
Yeah.
Concierge. Luckily, we have you, Bob. Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Number 13, Hamilton Township Municipal Utilities Authority, the Township Committee appoints.
You gonna read it, or? You gonna read that?
Regular member, unexpired 5-year term of William Mangles. It expired 2001-16, and this will go to 2021.
Make a motion to appoint
Wait a
James.
minute, wait a minute. The agenda says it expires on February the 1st of 16, correct? That's coming up next month? So you're making the appointment
Now,
for a new term,
for a new term.
and unless they have a meeting in between, you don't need an unexpired term.
Nope.
Okay, just want to make sure I understand.
You're fine.
Make a motion to appoint James Sacchinelli.
Second?
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes. Number 4, thank you. Number 14, Property Maintenance Appeal Board, Township Committee appoints. A, regular member, 1/1/16 to 12/31/18.
Make a motion to reappoint Wayne Choice.
Second?
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
B, alternate 2, 1/1/16 to 12/31, 2017.
Make a motion to reappoint Debbie Kraus.
Second?
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Senior Citizen Advisory Committee, Township Committee appoints, 1-year term each, 1/1/16 to 2031, 2016.
I move to reappoint the people that are listed on 15. That's William Schmidt, Burdette Connor, Carol Picking Young, Patricia Johnson, Pam Scott, Jeanette Campbell, Diane Fox, and Diane Fox.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. 16, 2016 Green Team to Township Committee appoints, 1-year term each, 1/1/16 to 12/31, 2016.
I make a motion to appoint the people listed on the agenda, which are Susan Marks, Susan Lasajic, Jenny Ayers, Fran Serovia, Michelle Bellinger, Carol Dupre, Ingrid Perez, and I do have to ask with Jenny Perez, I'm not sure that she was interested in reapplying. We have 2 additional people. Maybe we can get some clarification on that.
Well,
All right, the 2 additional people were Patricia Rainey and Christine DeMark. So I propose that we have applications for them.
okay.
So you're adding them to those listed on the agenda?
Yeah, that would complete the team.
And that's the motion.
I'm only showing 1 vacancy, though.
See, we have 1, 2, 3,
Where it says
4,
vacancy.
5, 6, the
7.
vacancy, and then heirs, the listing indicated that she was not necessarily interested, and I'm not sure whether that's true. Is Jenny here?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
No, I was supposed to be off last year, I don't know why.
All right,
Okay.
okay. So that would include the other 2 people then.
okay, so your motion doesn't include Jenny, and
No, that's right.
includes, who are the 2 names?
Patrice Rainey and Christine DeMark.
Okay, I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Yeah. Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
17, the mayor's announcement of the 2016 department chairpersons and deputy. Administration and finance, the chairperson will be myself. Deputy chairperson will be John Kurtz. Public Works Department chairperson will be Art Shanker. Deputy department chairperson will be Rodney Gouchard. Public safety chairperson will be Amy Gatto. Deputy would be myself. Planning and zoning community development chairperson will be John Kurtz. Deputy chairperson will be Art Shanker. Special events will be, the chairperson will be Rodney Gouchard. Deputy chairperson will be Amy Gatto. 18, designation of holidays for full-time salary employees for 2016.
So moved, as listed.
I'll second it. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Designation of depositories for township funds for the year 2016.
So moved, as listed.
Second?
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Roll call.
Need a roll call on the bank, right? Okay, thank you.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
20, designation of official newspaper for municipal legal advertising for the year 2016.
I'll move to appoint those listed.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. 21, establish regular township committee meeting dates and times.
So move, as listed.
Second?
A motion is second. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 22, certification of memberships for the year 2016. Atlantic County League of Municipalities, 5. Atlantic County Mayors Association, 1. Atlantic County Association of Township Officials, 5. And the Atlantic County Mainland Chamber of Commerce, there's nothing there. So is that considered a 5, too?
I think it's just we're a member.
Just a board member, okay.
Make a motion.
I'll second it. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 23, comments by chairperson and committee members. We'll start with the, you, Art.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this thing on, by the way?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson will let you know if it's not, don't worry.
And you're being taped, Art.
Yeah, I know. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Rodney on his success, getting reelected. And I look forward to working with you and the rest of the committee members. This is an honor to be up here. It's exciting. I first want to thank my family. I don't know where he gets it from.
He's excited.
He is excited.
My mother's sitting in the front row there. Stand up, Mom. You can let everybody see you.
Come on.
She is, she's one of the reasons that I have the ability to sit up here and do things like this. She's one of the strongest people I know. My wife is sitting there in the second, third row there. Same lady that was holding the Bible. Same woman that stands beside me every day. So say hi, hon. Say hi to everybody. And sitting next to her is my son. I don't know where he gets his attitude from. I take no responsibility. I also want to thank the rest of, I have other family members here, my sister's here, but I want to thank my family, the rest of you, the people who not only said, yes, Art, you should run, but got behind me and worked diligently to make that happen. This is a surreal moment for me. I really didn't expect it. You run, you think you're going to do all right, but until it actually happens, you really don't fully understand what you're about to do. Roger, things were going really well until you announced that I'm on all these boards and stuff. I told my wife this was one meeting a month.
Actually,
It's actually two.
I know.
I know. So, needless to say, I have some explaining to do when I get home. you know, I can only make you this promise, that I'll do the best that I can at all times. I'll do my job to my utmost. I take everything I do very seriously, even though I have a sense of humor. And I truly believe that I will keep it short and sweet most times, because I believe the good Lord gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth to talk less, listen more than we talk. So with that, Roger, thank you. I look forward to it.
Appreciate it. So the other individual that was sworn in tonight, I'll
All
give you
right.
second place.
Okay, well, in addition to the comments I made earlier, I would certainly like to congratulate Art once again for winning. I know it's tough, particularly for a first-timer. I, too, want to thank all of those of you out there in the public, the ones that voted for me, and even the ones that didn't, because you're going to put up with me for another 3 years, and I'll be looking for your support. I particularly want to thank Judy for all the support that she's provided, and for her duty here for the past 3 years. I'm looking forward to having more interface with her. And for all of you, we got many real great people out there who have contributed significantly to this community, and one of the things I'd like to do is increase the number of people that do that. So I'm looking forward to the year, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you, and I wish everyone a happy New Year, and a healthy New Year.
Thank you, Rodney. John?
I'd like to, again, congratulate Rodney for his reelection, and also, Art, welcome. It's going to be a pleasure working with you. I'm looking forward to it. And the rest of the committee. We've had a good year. I look out in the audience and I see so many people that we work with on so many different things through the year, particularly with community and community events and things that happened in the township. And it was a great experience, and we're looking forward to see a lot more of that. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Amy? Oh, John won.
Yeah, okay.
Rodney won.
All right. First of all, Happy New Year to all. Welcome, Art.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Rodney. Welcome back. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. You sit in that seat very well. It's an honor to continue to serve with each of you gentlemen and to represent the people of the Township of Hamilton. This year, my 9th on committee, it is my goal to see committee continue to incrementally and strategically work to rebalance support for our many evolving priorities. Nearly 5 years ago, as I sat in the middle chair, we faced some of the most difficult times we've ever seen in this township. I now feel blessed that we endured the needed changes to put us on solid and healthy financial footing then, as we now face what might be in this county as a result of the changes in Atlantic City. The good news is that Hamilton Township is poised and ready to endure most anything. We worked hard to maintain what we achieved, knowing that the silent majority were out there working multiple jobs, caring for ailing or aging and other family members, and trying to maintain a community, a neighborhood, and a home in which they desired to live. It hasn't been easy. We don't like saying no all the time. As a result of our steadfast approach to our strategic plan, we've not only been able to lower our budget, pay down debt, and not have a tax increase in the last 3 or 4 years, we've been able to give back to those who sacrificed, namely our employees, maintain critical services, continue infrastructure projects, and endure some serious legal challenges. I look to see this success continue with further rebalance or attention to recreation, to emergency apparatus, to growth in the business and jobs in our town, particularly on Main Street and downtown. You'll note there were a few changes to the status quo this year. I believe this reiterates challenging the norm keeps us all on our toes and presents opportunity for betterment. With that, I do want to make a special note to Bob Smith. Bob, even though you're not sitting to our left right now, you've served our township extremely well. And we appreciate everything that you have done and will continue to do with the projects that you're going to continue on. And I want to make sure that we let you know that we appreciate everything that you did as our engineer for so long.
I second that.
Exactly.
This year will not be easy by any means. We will continue to need the support, the hard work, and the dedication of our employees, even more than ever before. We will continue to seek the public's input, feedback, and patience as we traverse the waters ahead. And we will continue to operate openly, honestly, and with higher standards for excellence. While we have your attention and your attendance tonight, sometimes it's a rarity, I'd be remiss if I didn't make note of the magnitude of the year ahead and the impact that each and every citizen will have on the direction of our township and of our nation. In a presidential election year, your vote will carry significant weight. It is important, as you consider the presidential candidates, that you lend the same consideration to your local candidates. What do each stand for? What value do they add? What strengths and weaknesses do they offer? Take time throughout the year to watch, to learn, to look back, to look forward, to listen, and most importantly, to participate. I thank you very much and look forward to a wonderful 2016.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Mayor.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate both Art and Rodney. And Rodney, welcome again back to Township Committee.
Thank you.
And Art, welcome here with all the other responsibilities beside the 2 meetings.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's one, Roger, one.
And you have to keep your J job, by the way, did you know that?
I hope now that you have both
to
been
keep my
sworn in,
marriage.
I trust that you'll be able to put partisan politics aside and join the rest of us in doing the work of the people. Now that I'm entering my 9th year on committee, and I look back, really has been a challenging 8 years, and I believe we've made a difference, a significant difference. We all realize that had we not made the difficult decisions that we've made over the last number of years, we would not be in a position we're in today. If you look at our debt structure, we're only 15% of the maximum debt that we could undertake in this township, which would be 80. So having $12 million in debt is significant. Hopefully, as we keep paying down debt, the interest payments will go down, and that'll be another good thing that'll happen as we look into our budget. This year, my number one priority has to be the same as what it was last year. Being able to sustain our community in these difficult economic times, especially when you look at the fact that as conservative and fiscally responsible people sitting on committee, sometimes you think that's almost for naught when you look at the difficulties coming out of Atlantic City. We still feel the pain and from many of the problems that they're experiencing there. And it's not to mention the county tax rate, which will probably be skyrocketing this year. Unless I see a freeholder in the audience who disagrees with me, please correct me now. But I think we're in for it this year. We will continue to make public safety our number one priority, and we will be very mindful of our spending. So I wish each and every one of you a Happy New Year, and I look forward to the health of this committee so that we can carry on the work of all of you. Thank you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a 10-minute recess for pictures, Art.
Yeah. Roger, if I might, real quick, I forgot to let you know that there is a small gathering at Mario's, Cousin Mario's, right after this meeting. Well, actually, it's 7 o'clock, so I'll probably meet you all there. You're all welcome, and I hope you come by and say hello.
Thank you. So with that, we call for an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Or not an adjourn. Motion to go to recess.
Right. Second?
Second?
Or deletion of late items to the agenda. I don't believe there were any.
It's a correction, is the...
Just the correction.
Just a correction?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Anything on early public comment?
No one has signed up.
Thank you. No executive session, no confirmation. Discussion, formal action may be taken. Introduction. There's nothing there, right?
Yep.
Introduction of ordinances. Public hearing to be held Tuesday, January 19th, 2016. A, 1805, 2016, ordinance to establish a cap bank. Michael,
Just explain that.
just explain it.
Yes, this ordinance would allow us flexibility when we develop our budget. We can exceed in other words, last year's budget by up to 3.5%. And we've been doing this for this will be the third year that we've
Built up a cap
banked the
bank.
ability. It just provides flexibility. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to use it, but it provides the flexibility.
It's there if you need it, in other words. Okay.
Make a motion to introduce?
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? We need a vote on it? Yeah. Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. B, 1806, 2016, contiguous owner sale ordinance for Block 100, lots 23, 24, and 25 is authorized December 7, 2015, 3 acres on Market Street, RD4 zoning, minimum bid $1,500.
Move to introduce?
Second.
A motion is second. Questions or comments? That one I can just,
It's just
all
a
in
land
favor?
sale.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. C, 1807, 2016, contiguous owner sale ordinance for Block 41, Lot 5 is authorized December 7, 2015, .76 acre on a Black Horse Pike, HC zoning, minimum bid $1,500.
So moved.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 7, award a contract to Professional Property Appraisers, Inc., Delran, New Jersey, for residential inspection and measurement services for 2016, and authorize the mayor, township clerk, and assessor to execute the agreement on behalf of the township. Class 2 properties, new construction, $40 per parcel, commercial new construction, $200 per parcel, condominiums, $25 per parcel, additions to existing parcels, $25 per parcel.
I believe this is at the advice of our tax assessor to
Yes.
continue with this, so I'll make a motion to award.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Can we have a roll call, Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Consent agenda. I'm going to pull out A and L.
Okay, make a motion for consent agenda B through K and M.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Okay. A, I just pulled it out because I want a roll call vote on it. Adoption of the 2016 temporary budget.
Make a motion?
Second.
Second.
Second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Just a comment, I think it's worth noting that in this temporary budget, we're putting the full amount of our capital down payment, our planned capital down payment, so that we could kind of start getting the ball rolling on things associated with the capital budget.
Yes,
Good.
that's correct.
Thank you. Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz.
Yes.
Mr. Schenker,
Yes.
Mayor Silva.
Yes.
All yes and
Thank you.
carried.
L is to authorize the CFO to release $12,841 to Jiang Wing Yang for funds being held in escrow, as a performance guarantee for site improvements at 6242 Harding Highway, Block 7332, lots 52, 52,
51, 52.
51 and 2, yes, I see that. Zoning Board File 27, 2011, Engineers File 1121-128, and retain 121140 for 4 years as Stormwater Management System Maintenance Guarantee, and 105480 for 2 years as the maintenance guarantee for all other site improvements pursuant to August 17, 2015 authorization release of the performance escrow subject to posting of maintenance guarantees as recommended by the township engineer.
And why did you want to read all that?
Because I want to get a vote on it.
Okay.
Would you mention the name again?
Yes,
Just kidding.
don't start.
Move, so moved.
Were you following me? A motion, to have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Well, no, let's get a roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Ms. Gatto,
Yes.
Mr. Gouchard.
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Approve the 2015 agreement covering we have that done. Personnel, appoint Rita Martino, the Public Agency Compliance Officer at PACO, for the year 2016 at $5,000 per year.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
B, appoint Joan I. Anderson, Township Clerk, as Municipal Improvement Searcher for the year 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
I think we can do.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
C, appoint Renee DeSalvo, Tax Collector, as Municipal Tax Searcher for the year 2016. Hold on. Did you want to say something
No.
about? No?
I'm good.
So
Okay.
moved.
The motion is second. Any questions or comments?
I'll second.
Mrs. Anderson, a roll call.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and
While
carried.
she's in the audience, I just wanted to congratulate her and the members of her office for the tremendous job they did in the tax collection. I know you didn't hit the rate you wanted to, but what did you collect? 98.38?
9838.
Congratulations and
Yeah,
thank you for
that's
all your
great.
diligence and those that work in your office. I appreciate all your efforts.
Also, there are 668 properties that are uncollected out of 14,000. So it's really a great job. One who owes us 299,000 is ironic. I'll just leave it at that.
We'll get it.
See him?
And if I may,
Please.
just for the benefit of the audience, what that means is that you're obligated to collect 100% of your taxes. And when you don't, you have to set a reserve for uncollected taxes in your following year's budget. But because the collection rate is so awesome here, the amount of that reserve in next year's budget is very, very small. So it's a tribute to what those folks do in the collector's office.
And also, we have to collect as much of it as possible. We have to pay 100% to the county and
the
to
schools.
the schools,
Right.
regardless of what our collection rate is. So we have to eat it, and that's also what the reserve for uncollected taxes helps with. Unfair, but whatever.
D, reappoint part-time substitute communication officers, dispatchers, as defined in the Township Code for part-time hourly employees for the year 2016 at an hourly rate set by ordinance. 1, Christopher Ayer; 2, Lawrence Birch III; 3, Nicole Scarafani; and 4, Calamer Rodney.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. E, reappoint part-time police records clerk as defined in the Township Code for part-time employees for the year 2016 at an hourly rate set by ordinance. Nicole Adams, Tina Chiari, and Angela Fogan.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gishard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes?
Mayor Silva?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
F, appoint Desiree A. Harris as a Stockton University intern in the Township Police Department for the year, for the 2016 spring semester.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
No roll call is
You
necessary.
don't none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. G, accept the resignation of Melissa Davenport as Property Maintenance Code Appeals Board Alternate 1, effective December the 31st, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Second, any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So we'll have that appointment on the next agenda?
And Mike, would you send her a letter thanking her for,
Yes, please.
thank. 10, approvals, September 8th, 2015, regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Questions or comments? Mrs. Anderson?
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gashard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Abstain?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Yeah, you have to abstain because you weren't a member then. Mayor Silva?
Yes. B, December 21st, 2015, regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Abstain for the record.
Want a roll call on that, too.
You want a roll call on that? Because it was just the last meeting.
Ms.
You want
Gatto?
him, well, you want him on a record for that, too?
I do.
Okay, you'll get it.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gashard?
Ooh,
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Abstain?
And Mayor Silva?
Yes. Bills and payrolls, bill list totaling $3,648,848.80.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Gatto?
Yes.
Mr. Gashard?
Yes.
Mr. Kurtz?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Abstain?
And Mayor Silva?
Yes. Thank you. Reports. Anything, Michael?
Nothing to add to the written report.
Mr. Solicitor?
Pleased to announce I have nothing to add.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer?
Nothing yet, but next meeting I'll have a lengthy report.
Thank you.
Welcome to the table.
Any committee members care to say anything?
Keep the report short, then.
Any committee members? Anything? Okay,
Nothing additional.
nothing there. Open it up to the public. Anyone in the public wish to say anything?
Move to close public portion.
Second.
Your motion is second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Although, I can't believe with Carl Patel in the audience, there was quiet.
Well, he had a coffee in his hand. Just drinking coffee, right, Carl?
No!
It's all right, Carl.
We have no
We have a
executive.
motion to,
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
He raises an eyebrow.